I'm Campbell Harvey, and I thought I would start the course by telling you a little bit about myself and perhaps a little bit about my interest in emerging markets. I didn't start my research off in emerging markets. I started my research off in investment finance at the University of Chicago, where I graduated. And the particular things that I was interested in had to do with how assets behave through time, the dynamic behavior of asset returns. And I expanded from looking at US assets to international assets, and I guess kind of stumbled into emerging markets. I knew that there was considerable interest in these markets amongst practitioners. However, the data was quite scarce, and I was approached, I guess, by the World Bank back in 1993 to come in on a project that would examine some of the properties of emerging market returns. I agreed to do that in return for as much data as I could collect at that time. And it turned out that I had data that most people in finance didn't have. And these were very appropriate data to apply the sort of techniques that I had developed. Because, to say the least, emerging market returns are quite volatile. So my models of time-varying returns and volatilities and correlations fit quite well to these markets, and I developed a research agenda based upon emerging market finance. Now, I also have published, I guess, a number of articles on emerging markets. I'm the editor of Emerging Markets Quarterly, and this is the second go for Emerging Markets Finance, which is a corporate finance course. So although most of my work is in investment finance, it turns out that certain things are very appropriately applied to corporate finance, in particular valuation, and in particular the cost of capital. And perhaps one of the things that I'm best known for amongst practitioners is my model of how to estimate the cost of capital, the rate that you discount the cash flows of a project in an international context, and in particular in an emerging market. And that's one of the things that we would concentrate on in this course. I've taught here at Duke for 14 years. I've taught at the University of Chicago, Helsinki School of Economics, Swedish School of Economics, and have also spent some time at the Board of Governors at the Federal Reserve Bank in Washington.